And with that, I think we are good to begin with Chapter 2, The Anima.
Awaken, Sir Knight. It is time for you to complete your mission, and this time you will do it right.
This shouldn't be possible. Did I just die?
Unfortunately, yes, Sir Knight, but it is not over. You still have your mission to fulfill, and I have every confidence that you can complete it correctly this time. What the fuck? It just thundered outside.
What are you talking about? You just killed us. Why would we ever do anything you wanted?
That's the right attitude. We can't afford to be manipulated again, least of all by someone who murders her subjects on a whim. Now more than ever, we need to keep our wits about us if we want to figure out what's really going on. Let's get to work, boys.
Get to work? What are you talking about? We just died. Can we even have a moment to recover?
What? Like, take a nap? We're alive again. Somehow. Right as rain. Might as well make the best of it. Despite how disconcerting that is. Just one more mystery to solve.
How the hell am I supposed to solve a mystery? I haven't got the slightest clue what's going on.
Best to take it one step at a time. Let's start by reviewing the information we have. First, we have just woken up on the path. Again, the same place we started. Second, according to our memories, which are quite spotty, we ended up dying previously thanks to Queenie stopping our heart. Third,
Are we really gonna go through an entire bullet point list? I don't know about you, but I'd like to second clear my head.
that's what I'm doing. Our thoughts are too jumbled after what just happened. We need to lay our thoughts out in an orderly manner so we can finally address each question one by one. In excruciating detail.
We can't just rationalize away our emotions. We're hurting. All of us.
We'll get over it. What matters really is figuring out the truth, such as whether any of this is actually even real. For all we know, everything that just happened to us could have been elaborate deception, or even a dream.
It doesn't matter if it's a dream or not. It felt real. So it is real.
Everything is real, which means that you still have a very important quest to complete. If the princess is not dealt with, she will destroy everything we hold dear.
I have so many questions.
Ask your questions if you must, Sir Knight, but know that we cannot dally here forever.
Does it really matter if I complete this quest or not?
Only if you think saving our entire kingdom matters, in which case, yes, Sir Knight, I'd say your quest does matter.
We don't even know if this supposed kingdom you speak of is even real.
I'm sorry, are your eyes not working? Or did you just happen to miss the giant wall surrounding this forest and the castle in the distance? Do you really think I just faked all of that?
I don't know. It's pretty empty for such a sprawling kingdom full of lives to save. Don't you think? If it were to say, walk over to that wall and tap on it, would it fall over like a cardboard prop?
And what if it's solid stone? What if these lives you hold in obvious disregard are truly in danger? Are you prepared to risk throwing them all away on no more than a hunch?
Not just a hunch. A growing, massive pile of evidence that says you can't be trusted. And trust me when I say that pile is massive.
I died last time, but now I'm back. I'm right back where I started. How did that happen?
You were lucky, Sir Knight. Despite what happened, I was able to bring you back. Do not count on it happening again.
It wasn't luck. Does any of this feel lucky to you?
Yeah, I'm not buying any of that either. You can't just gloss over all the details like that. What happened?
What do you mean, what happened? I saved you. End of story.
What? From death itself? I don't recall it being a common occurrence for living beings just to spring back to life after dying.
Nevertheless, it's what happened. Question it all you like, but there it is. The real question is, what will you do now that you have been given the second chance?
Nah, screw that. Why did you kill me?
I really didn't want to have to do that. Nevertheless, I was left with no other option.
Funny, because I can think of quite a few options other besides kill my friend.
Friend?
I was being sarcastic, obviously. A real friend wouldn't have done that.
He does care about us. He didn't want to hurt us.
Well, she did. Quite a lot.
She was trying to salvage a situation that had spiraled out of her control, out of anyone's control. And now that the collapse has begun, she's desperately hoping we can prop up the crumbling foundation, but she will find no salvation through us.
Defeatist attitude will get you nowhere. Stop talking like our kingdom has already been lost. You can do this, Sir Knight.
Provided our organs don't randomly shut down for no reason. Murders of a psychopath.
You... Alright, listen. I'm sorry for what I did, okay? But what was I supposed to do? Stand aside and allow you to doom our entire kingdom by freeing the princess? I'm sorry it had to come to that. I really am. But ending your life was the only way I could salvage things. But, oh, fuck, it's scary. Believe me, if there was any other way to fix things, I would have done it. I care about you.
Aw, I mean, how did killing me solve anything?
We were backed into a corner, and the second chance you're experiencing is a contingency, in case things became unsalvageable.
That doesn't make any sense. How does killing us fix anything?
Okay, listen here, you little bit. It just can. And I reiterate once more, it was a final contingency, one that we cannot afford to resort to a second time.
The fact that killing her own trusted agent was anywhere in the contingency spreads to begin with, speaks volumes to what kind of person she is.
And what exactly are you implying with that?
Oh, nothing whatsoever. I think it's quite normal for trusted allies to plan ways to betray one another, all parts of preparing those necessary contingencies.
Like it or not, it was necessary. Do not forget. This is so loud, scary. Do not forget that you are the one who betrayed me first by trying to free the princess. I merely made the best of a catastrophic situation. I do not want to have a repeat of last time. So let's start over. Make things right, okay?
No, I mean, I don't think we can make anything right at this point. What has begun cannot be stopped. What has been learned cannot be unlearned.
How can I trust you if you won't explain anything to me?
Sorry, I've achieved the giant step thing. Look, I'm not going to pretend that it's an easy choice, but at the end of the day, whether or not you wish to trust me comes down to your decision alone. As much as I might want to, there is nothing I can do or say that would prove to you that I am worthy of your confidence. I'll only say that in spite of everything, I have not and will not give up on you.
You shouldn't fall for her flattery, not after what she did.
It's not flattery. I do trust you.
But are we really worthy of it? We're not the heroes who can fix everything. Our last attempt is proof enough of that.
Are you saying we should have killed the princess?
No, I don't think it would have mattered what we chose either way. This vision was doomed from the start.
Okay, that Howard was screaming with my mind. How am I supposed to avoid dying? You know, other than you stopping my heart, obviously.
How many times do I have to apologize for that? It doesn't matter. You know what's at stake, Sir Knight. If you do not execute the princess and soon, then you'll have a lot more to worry about than a mere heart attack.
The only reason I died last time was because of you! Is the princess really the one I should be worried about?
Yes, she is! Do you really believe I would have resorted to such drastic measures before had she not been an existential threat to everything we hold dear?
We don't really know if she even was a threat to anything. For all we know, there was another reason you had us killed.
Well, there wasn't. I did what I did back then because I had no choice. And if it truly comes to it, I will do it again.
You're afraid. You're desperately trying to control something you cannot. But she is beyond our control.
We can control the situation if we take charge instead of giving up before we've even begun.
Anaya will not help. You can only numb the pain for a while.
How do you know she will destroy our kingdom?
How Many times do we have to address the same question?
Will you give us a satisfactory answer based on evidence? We're not dropping the subject.
But what answer could she give you that would satisfy you? What evidence could she produce that we couldn't just as easily dismiss?
I don't know. Something? Anything more than the nothing she's given us so far?
Well then, do you have any evidence, Mrs.?
Sir Knight, why is part of you misogynistic? I have already offered you all the evidence you should need. If you will not trust my word, then there is nothing more to be said.
Why do I have to do this?
Because you are the only one who can, Sir Knight.
But why? Surely we're not the only qualified knight in the near totally real and not made-up kingdom you insist you're protecting.
Is this a joke to you?
No, unless you count tragically committing in a cosmic sort of sense. The idea that we, of all people, would be chosen for this task. You're the least qualified person I could think of. But then, is anyone worthy of this task?
What am I?
I don't understand. What are you asking?
I'm not exactly sure either. But what's the problem? Wait, but oh shit. That's the problem, isn't it? Sorry. Oh wait, that's fuck, there's more.
You can do it.
We've not been certain about anything, least of all who we are.
So out with it, woman! What's our backstory? Our history? What are we physically?
Are we certain we want to know the answers to those questions?
I mean, I think we do.
Yes! Anything is better than just being kept in the dark.
You are my knight. That's all you need to know.
So you say.
It's the truth.
Not the whole truth. Don't deny it. I can hear it in your voice. There's a lot you're concealing.
You shouldn't interrupt her. Not if you truly want to listen.
I'll be more inclined to listen when she finally starts speaking the truth.
She needs us. Truth or not, she believes in us. She believes it. She needs us to be her knight, even if she knows, deep down, that we could never fulfill that role.
I don't know whether we want to be that or not. There's something appealing about being a knight. But like this, I just feel like a glorified executioner. It's wrong.
It's a noble thing to defend the defenseless. Even if it means dispatching someone dangerous to do it.
Oh, sorry. Shit. Gah, I don't know. I guess we'll just have to go to the castle to find out.
Proceed to the castle.
Probably for the better, be honest. I don't think she's gonna tell us anything else.
Reed, arguing further with her will just lead to more talking in circles. And we have already know we can't take anything she says at face value.
I believe her.
Sorry.
I believe her. For what little that's worth.
Thank you. Though I truly don't blame the other voices for their hesitancy, nor you, or for yours, Sir Knight. Stop reading the chat. I know it must be hard, but I ask that you have faith in me, as I have in you. No matter what you or the others might think, I am on your side. Oh my god. Give me a second. Before you continue to the castle, I must ask that you brace yourself, Sir Knight. Things will not be the same as they were before. Be prepared.
Exactly does that mean? Can you give anything specific?
My sight does not carry that far. I cannot tell you what awaits.
That, or you're deliberately being obtuse.
Please stop fighting her.
I am not fighting her, I'm debating.
It all leads to the same thing. Broken hearts. Broken bonds.
If she can't deal with her claims being challenged, then that's her problem. She gets off the internet. I'm not going to stop pursuing the truth just because it offends her.
Do you want the truth? Or do you just want to win an argument?
Those things aren't mutually exclusive. If I'm right, then I should win the argument.
No wonder you get no bitches. What a sad, lonely existence you live.
Look, guys, can we stop with whatever this is? We haven't even gone to the castle yet.
I'm not just going to roll over to spare the feelings of the queen and her yes man. But fine, I suppose there's no use in arguing with, debating with liars and idiots. They'll just drag you down and beat you with experience. Best to focus on what's important.
Proceed to the castle.
Since the last time you entered our castle, there have been alterations. I moved the couch. The stone walls, which once held firm, are now breaking down, their seams being pulled apart by a growing network of tendrils.
Tendrils?
I think they're roots?
Or nerve.
Regardless, whatever the nature of this infestation, its source is no doubt the result of the princess and her destructive influence. The only way to restore order and end this nightmare once and for all is to execute her.
Will killing her fix anything? Or will it just hasten the destruction?
The structural integrity of this castle notwithstanding, I personally find it interesting that the Pale Queen immediately concluded that these tendrils came from the princess. Why so confident in that assessment? What exactly is this princess?
A threat to our kingdom, like I have already said.
That tells us nothing.
As expected from her. Might. Oh wait, as expected from her. Might as well get investigating. We should try examining these things more closely. They might hold important clues.
This place is already disintegrating. The walls are barely being held together by these threads. If we disturb them, everything might collapse around us. We should leave them alone. Give them some space.
Just be careful. At the far end of the great hall, the iron door has been ripped off its hinges by the outgrowth of tendrils spreading from the dungeon below. The key to the door is gone, either dropped down a hole or subsumed by the growing mass. And though given the state of the door, it is no longer needed. Not far from the fallen iron door is the table.
Can that really count as a table?
It's the pieces of one.
Yes, the table has been dismantled, the individual segments disassembled from one another and left in the pile on the floor. To the right of this jumble of boards, bolts, and table legs is an empty mortar and pestle next to a bag of dry seeds and a pitcher of water.
So the meal doesn't come pre-made this time. But who made it last time?
I guess we could make it this time. Doesn't look too complicated.
It would be good to show her some kindness. Surely we can sacrifice just a little time and effort for her comfort, if we're capable of giving her any.
I will remind you that you are not here to feed her, unless, of course, you intend to make this her last meal. Resting atop the center of the dismantled wooden boards is the vial of poison, which has been drained, its contents strained and bring back the stream, and distilled into separate vials, rendering the substance useless.
Are you certain it's useless? We don't know what the effects of those separate liquids are. For all we know, one of them could just be just as toxic as the original substance.
We shouldn't want to use the poison. Better to ignore it completely.
Yeah, I'm not really keen on using it either. Even if the princess were as dangerous as the queen claims, something about that just doesn't feel right.
I'm just trying to list out all our options. So much of the situation is changing. Any advantage we can find is to our benefit.
As much as I agree with your sentiment, the fact of the matter is that those liquids on the dismantled table are useless to you. Believe me, if you could use them to execute the princess, then I would let you know. But that is not the case.
I suppose the princess wouldn't be fooled by a poisoned bowl of gruel. Seems too smart for that. Still, might have been nice to poison the blade at the very least. Though, speaking of which, where is the blade?
I don't know. It's not on the table or the floor.
It's better this way.
Well, it is. How is being unarmed an advantage? Who took our blade away?
The princess took the knife from us last time. Could she have kept it?
I suppose we'll have to investigate that too. Carefully. Continuing on without a weapon is not ideal.
Agreed. Though you will have to continue down into the dungeons regardless.
Or we could investigate the stairs to the tower, which you so conveniently left out of your description, like you did last time.
There is nothing for you up there.
Don't you dare lie to us. It's not even worth trying. You damn near lost your mind when the princess went up the stairs. What are you hiding there?
Nothing.
Do I detect a bit of panic in that hasty response?
I'm not going to keep arguing with you. Can we please just move on?
But this is important.
It's not.
Let it be. There's no point in straining our relationship with her even more.
Didn't say anything about the mirror.
No, I didn't. I don't even see a mirror. Maybe that's because it's not important.
Or secrets you're trying to keep from us?
Are you listening to yourself? What kind of secrets would I even hide inside of a mirror? Your face?
I don't know. But that's all the more reason to investigate.
Can we please drop this subject?
You know what I'm about to say.
Approach the mirror.
You approach a mass of crimson filaments near the door, shielding your face with your hands. If there really is a mirror here, then I'm not seeing it.
This really isn't funny.
And I'm not trying to be. Honk honk.
Just ignore her. Whether or not she's gaslighting us, or really is as blind as a bat, it doesn't matter. We need to investigate this anomaly and find more clues.
Leave it alone. Can't you feel the light pushing against us? It doesn't want to be seen.
Not sure about that, but do we really want to get any closer? The light's really starting to hurt our eyes.
Oh, quit being a baby. Our eyes are perfectly already adjusting to this luminosity. Look, there's a crack we didn't notice before.
What could it mean?
What was that?
Nothing, just thinking aloud.
You know something, don't you?
I know just as much as you do about this mirror, which, might I remind you all, seems to have very little relevance to the current situation.
We should have left it alone.
Nah. Peer inside the mirror.
You reach out towards the space you claim the mirror occupied before brushing your hand against the wall. The second you do, you stop squinting.
It's gone now. Where did it go?
Could she have taken it away?
If she chose to conceal it from us, then that's her choice to make. We should not pry into her secret.
Examine the growths spreading through the castle.
You approach a mass of the blood-red offshoots steadily branching out across the floor, careful not to step on or otherwise directly touch the squirming mass.
I really don't like whatever this is.
It's hard to tell what even it is. Maybe we should try touching it. That never goes wrong.
Leave it alone. I shouldn't disturb them.
Nuh-uh. Touch it.
We're gonna fucking find out. We shouldn't.
Tentatively, you reach a finger towards the branching tip of one of the tendrils. The moment your claw comes within an inch of the spreading network, one of the offshoots lunges towards your hand before tightening around your finger, clutching it in a tight coil.
Dawn is mysterious. Oh,
Why?
never mind.
Request access. CBN. Y contains VOX0, VOX1, VOX 8. Truth is 0. Y access cabin is allow. Act list Y1, Pry 2, 1, Pry 2. And in this color, it should be Jammin.
Try to request access CBN.
Pry 2 contains 1. Verse 3, verse 4, verse 5. Truth is 1. Pry 2 access cabin is deny.
Try to request access cabin.
Pry 2 access cabin is deny.
Try to request access. Why?
Pry 2 access quai is deny.
Try to request access Quai. Try to request access CBN. Try to request access Pry 1. Try to request access Quai. Try to request access.
Pry 2 access is deny. You are not welcome here. Remain where you belong.
What's happening?
It hurts.
Ah, get it off! Get it off!
Reflexively, you pull your hand back. The tendril, though small, is surprisingly elastic and durable, so it does not immediately remove itself from your finger. But eventually, with a strong enough pull, it snaps, the severed ends leaking a clear fluid. The other tendrils recoil.
Okay. Noted. Do not touch those things.
I fucking told you. We hurt them.
Hey, we were investigating. But we only hurt them because they attacked us. Who knows what would have happened if we didn't get that thing off in time.
Yeah, let's just leave them alone.
Agreed.
Investigate the stairs.
Wait, what are you doing?
I believe that's obvious. We're investigating the stair.
But you're not supposed to be able to. You can't.
Look, we're already going towards them, so you might as well just describe things as we go.
No, you do not understand. You absolutely cannot go up those stairs. Not now.
And yet our feet continue to move.
Not if I.
What? Gonna stop our heart again? Didn't you say that was a contingency you couldn't afford to use again?
Do not test me.
Please, you need to stop escalating. What good is there on going up those stairs? Can't you see it's upsetting her?
Oh, I can see it all right. All the more reason to see exactly what she's trying to hide.
No, I won't let us do this. One of us needs to listen.
Look, I don't want to hurt him any more than you do, but she has been keeping secrets from us. I don't like being lied to.
When will you learn that everything I have done has been for your own good? Fine, you leave me no choice. Your body freezes, one half straining to continue towards the stairs, the other half pulling itself back.
Of course you would do something like this. But if your control really was absolute, you wouldn't have bothered trying to persuade us. You would have just puppeteered us around into executing the princess from the very beginning. So that's something.
You think we can break out of her control?
Only one way to find out.
Don't do this. This won't help anything.
Ignore that traitor. We outnumber him. We can beat him back and the Pale Queen. We just need to stay focused on our goal.
Press forward and continue investigating the stairs.
You've made oaths, Sir Knight. You cannot do this. Make another choice.
But we've already made our choice.
It is the wrong choice.
We'll see about it. To the top of the stairs we go.
Your mic. Don, you're muted.
Truth?
Don, you're mute.
God.
Okay, there we go. Sorry. But in spite of the voice's eagerness, you don't advance up the stairs. As if compelled by a long-forgotten promise, you feel your body freeze and your mind refocus.
Keep your oath.
Thank you.
Wait, what?
Keep our oath. What oath? We never...
You did make an oath to me, Sir Knight. As I have been telling you, you may not remember it, but you did. And fortunately, in spite of everything, you are still keeping it.
Wait, did Sir Knight actually choose that? Or is she the one controlling us again?
Just let it go, man. Oh my fucking god. Whether by his choice or not, this is what is best for everyone.
As fine. I guess there's nothing more we can do here, but don't think I'll ever forget about this.
Prepare a meal. An oath meal, one would say.
You carefully kneel down, taking the bag of seeds, and pouring them into the mortar. Grabbing the pestle, you gently grind the seeds into a fine powder before taking the pitcher of water, pouring it into the bowl, and slowly mixing the seed flour and water into a grayish gruel with the consistency of wet cement.
Right, we made an oath, and now we're making oats. Still not the most appetizing meal, but there's something satisfying about mixing it all together ourselves.
She deserves so much better than anything we could prepare. But hopefully they will still do her some good. Hopefully.
I hate oath meal.
Last time we met, she had said she hadn't felt hungry before. If she didn't want to eat then, why would she want to eat now?
Once we agree, I really don't see the point in this exercise, but whatever. If it somehow helps you accomplish your main task, then I won't stop you.
Enter the dungeon.
With no key and no door to hinder your access, you step through the open space, careful not to brush your hands against the thick tendrils covering the walls of the tunnel leading down into the dungeon. You continue downward, metal sabatons treading gingerly over the fleshy tangle of knotted tendrils which writhe and squirm as if aware of your presence. Some tiny offshoots seem to grasp at your feet, trying to tangle you up, but your armor protects you, solid steel shielding you from their touch. You descend deeper, the crimson vines growing thicker and more tangled, making it difficult to clearly see the path ahead, but you manage to press onward, carefully shoving aside some of the fleshy tentacles with your protective gauntlets and vambraces. In the distance, you hear a faint, studious humming.
Continue down the stairs.
Come, your destined encounter with the princess awaits. You tread carefully before finally making it to the bottom of the pulsating stairs. Ahead of you is a dimly lit open corridor overgrown with more fleshy growths. They cover the floor in a matted carpet of stringy red tendrils, the tangled mass converging upon a single endpoint above a small circle of the stone floor. Kneeling upon the stone floors. The store floor. Kneeling upon the stone floor is the princess.
Clean up on aisle 2. Anyway, appreciate this art by Deedra.
Oh, that's gory.
Yo.
That's gory on my comfort character.
That's your comfort. Your comfort
not
character
mine.
is Gore. I'm sorry.
That's a base appearance. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Asgore.
Half of their organs are on the floor. But I'm not gonna judge.
Redacted.
Only half.
I hope.
She's so grody! That's the princess? What the hell happened to her?
I think she dissected herself. She's doing it right now, in fact. She's cutting into her own flesh with the blade. Our blade.
I can see that. Why is she doing that?
She's hurting herself.
I don't think she minds it. She's not even flinching. She's just making cuts and writing stuff down.
Indeed. As disturbing as it is, the princess does indeed seem unconcerned by her self-mutilation, and that self-mutilation is extensive. Her entire left hemisphere has been flayed away, and the feathers plucked, exposing muscle and bone. Her chest and belly have been split open, exposing a beating heart inside an open ribcage. Several of her organs lie in a ring at her feet, including her lungs, her livers. The left hemisphere of her brain, and her stomach. Adjoining the circle of viscera at the apex is her crown, which has been disassembled, the circuit broken and the gem lying detached from the corona. The pulsating tendrils spread out from the back of the princess's split skull, continuing their insidious growth as she jots down notes on a dried piece of her own skin, one of her spotted feathers serving as a quill, her own blood serving as the ink.
There's also a cracked hand mirror in the center of that circle. Did you intentionally leave it out of your description? Or can you really not see it like you couldn't see the mirror upstairs?
Why are we talking about the hand mirror? She is literally cutting herself to pieces. I think we have other things to worry about.
I'm just trying to be thorough. No need to get snippy with me.
She's hurt herself so much, and she doesn't even seem to feel it. Did we do this to her?
Sorry. How is she even alive after all of this? What is she?
Appreciate art by Dragolion.
Beautiful. Both of those are apt questions. Why don't you take a seat before we address them? I'm sure there's a lot for the two of us to break down.
Apheon.
Hello, Sir Knight. Did you
Apheon, you are
die?
muted.
Sir Knight?
Did-
Oh, Sir Knight
Hello?
is dead.
Gone. Where did he go?
Snap.
Sir Knight did die.
Knight, your
Let's
Highness is asking for you. We need to talk. That's the least we can do.
Awaken my knight. This dream is about.
The machine died.
Remember. Okay, we need to commit the. Okay, where is
Okay.
the
We need
Okay.
defibrillators? Let's get
Oh,
the
there you are,
defibrillators.
Apheonz. Okay.
Sorry, your machine died at the worst possible time.
Perfect. Anyway, sit with her.
Now hold on. Let's think for just 1 second. Have you noticed all those tendrils swarming on the floor? Given to what happened the last time we touched one of those things, which was a really great idea that now that we know about it, are you really sure you want us to sit right next to the middle of the whole cluster of them?
Agreed. Better to not play her game at all. You already know what you need to do.
How are we gonna do that if she has her knife?
I'm sure you can use your imagination. I mean, it's not like she's exactly a titan of strength, especially in her current condition. She's practically done most of the work herself.
And funnily enough, it doesn't seem that I've had much of an effect on my mortality. But I'm sure a couple more stabs will do the trick.
As if in mockery, the princess slices open a vein before dripping the tip of her quill into the bleeding wound and continuing to scribble down her notes.
Dip, dip, dip. Assuming, of course, that you can wrestle with this little scalpel from my hands. Needless to say, although I don't really care if my flesh is perforated a bit more, I have no interest in letting you attempt to kill me. It'd be such a needless waste of time.
She idly twists the blade into a freshly opened stab wound, allowing the blood to flow more freely.
Please stop doing that.
What? This?
She pokes several more holes in herself before touching the tip of her quill to them.
Dip, dip, dip.
And then she continues her writing.
Oh, shut up.
She cuts herself so nonchalantly. Does she not even feel anything?
My nerves still transmit electrical signals to my brain, but they are only one impulse amongst many. Even if I valued this body to the point of trying to preserve its structural integrity, its pain would always be little more than a construct of the mind.
Allow me 1 second to ask for food.
Please don't tell me you're getting oatmeal.
But we had the oats.
Food requested. Her strip of skin filled with scribbles. And then she reaches down before roughly tearing off the skin from her left leg and unraveling it into a new scroll of flesh.
Ugh, I think I'm gonna be sick, especially after talking about food.
The poor thing. She's convinced herself that her pain doesn't matter.
The princess doesn't acknowledge this latest statement, except to idly add more to her notes.
Yes. And now there are 2 additional voices. One seems to embody inquisitiveness, the other appearing to represent some kind of emotion, pity, sentimentality. The cause for these 2 personality constructs being generated this time is unknown. Further research is required.
My voice brings up a good point. I feel like I might be falling into a trap if I get any closer.
Fascinating.
Is that it? Do you have nothing else to say? Nothing in your defense?
I believe we went over this in our first meeting. I can't say anything meaningful that would convince you to trust me, and I have no interest in further discussion unless you are willing to show some good faith.
We have to cooperate with her, at least for now. Sit with her.
You approach the princess. Midway through crossing the room, she holds up her hand.
That will do. After what transpired last time, I think it would be to both our benefit to maintain a safe distance until we sorted everything out.
Sit where she told you to sit.
You hesitate only a moment before kneeling in the middle of the mass of squirming tendrils, which part, leaving you a space on the previously concealed stone floor. Out of the corner of your eye, you see the branching tips of the tendrils gently pulsate, as if watching you in anticipation. From the other side of the room, the princess nods before resuming her note-taking, addressing you while her eyes focus on her writing.
Thank you. Now, my guess is that you have just as many questions for me as I have for you. So, to avoid getting off track, let's start with the most important one. What is your goal in coming here?
My goal? What do you mean?
I mean that you clearly have a purpose in returning to the place where you apparently died. I find that curious. What are you hoping to achieve?
I'm not sure.
She pauses from her writing for just a moment, seeming to consider.
An honest answer, if indecisive. But that tracks with what I know of you. You, like me, are cautious. You didn't immediately move to kill me, but neither did you move to rescue me. Not, at least, until you had gathered all the facts. So, let's discuss things, as we did before. Since the last time we met, I've been studying our predicament, and I've come to some interesting conclusions. You are reasonably intelligent. I trust that you will eventually reach the same verdict that I have. So, to your questions. We have plenty of time.
Not true. The last thing you want to do is delay. Do not make the same mistakes as last time.
What have you learned?
She smiles enigmatically, the spectacles shining beneath the torchlight as she continues her writing.
Very broad question and quite vague. I am tempted to reply with an equally ambiguous answer, but instead, because I cannot shut up for any length of time, I will provide a summary of some basic points. Feel free to ask me about any particular subject, and I will elaborate.
She shuffles through the strips of her own skin she's converted into makeshift scrolls, finger tracing through the bloody pages before eventually stopping at a certain segment. Clearing her throat with a nod, she adjusts her spectacles before reading aloud the notes she had scribbled.
First, I have come to the conclusion that this castle is a part of a more elaborate system meant to propagate an illusion. Second, in relation to point 1, I have reasons to believe that the Pale Queen and your voices are a part of said system, and hence mere illusions. Third, whereas the Pale Queen and the voices are mere extensions of the greater system, Sir Knight and myself are not, hence are being forcefully contained within the system, though to what purpose I am uncertain. Fourth, of particular interest to me is that Sir Knight and myself are connected in some way. Fifth, building on the prior observation, I have strong reason to conclude that Sir Knight and myself are far more than what the illusory system would present herself to be, a fact which the Pale Queen seems to be aware of and fears.
She sets aside her notes before idly stabbing herself once more with your knife, dipping the tip of her quill into the bleeding wound and using the blood to continue her writing.
The Pale Queen and the voices aren't real? But I can hear them right now!
I didn't say they weren't real, per se, just that they're part of the system. They're not, how to put it, people. More like machines, if that makes sense. Constructs meant to imitate beings with a personality in order to maintain the greater illusion.
What? But I'm not...
You have any evidence to back up your claim?
She shuffles through her notes.
Of course, but let's start with a bit of an experiment. You, the two new voices, what are your names?
I don't see what this has to do with your original point.
I am broken.
Yes, you do seem to be functioning at a subpar level, but I didn't ask for your description. I asked for your name.
Hey, don't be rude. That is his name.
Broken. Fascinating. A designation that perfectly informs as to the bearer's nature. Would I be correct in assuming that the other voice's name is equally an accurate descriptor for his overall personality?
Fine, it's Metal Gear. It's Skeptic.
Skeptic, an individual inclined to doubt and question established opinions. How remarkably fitting that the descriptor seems to be for you. Most parents would be exceedingly lucky to give their children a name so aptly describes the nature of their progeny. But then again, you don't have a parent, do you?
Your conclusion is false. Just because I don't remember having parents doesn't mean that I'm not a real person, or, in turn, that I'm part of this system being a machine as you claimed.
True. I myself do not have any remembrance of my parentage, yet I can test that I am a person. Nevertheless, it is fascinating to consider your origin. You are not a part of Sir Knight when we first met. As far as I can tell, you only showed up after everything reset. Tell me, do you know where you came from?
I've always been a part of him.
You sound so sure. Tell me then, why were you silent during our first meeting?
Well, that's because... Well...
Look, I don't care what you think about us. We are real. Aren't we?
The pain is real. The fear is real. The doubt is real. We are real.
But we're misrepresenting her argument again. She's conceded that we're real in a sense, but what sense is that?
Very good question, and one for which I should hope that your skeptical nature will enable you to discover an answer. As for the Pale Queen, I think it is clear that she is different from the other voices. For one, she is clearly not linked to you in the way your other voices are. For two, given the control she exerted last time, seems to serve a more executive function in the system. Again, not surprising given her royal designation. Though, at the end of the day, she is still little more than a cog in the system, part of the machine.
Enough. Enough. You already allowed her to delude you last time, Sir Knight. Do not listen to any more of this nonsense.
What do you mean when you say the castle is part of the system?
Apologies, Sir Knight. I am eating chicken nuggets, and the tendrils surrounding the tunnel writhe, several of them burrowing further into the stone walls.
Lovely. From what I have gathered, this place is more than a pile of stone with bricks and metal bars. Even before I fully became cognizant of the illusory nature of this place, I could sense something unique about my prison.
Such as...
Difficult to describe, though I suppose you might think of it as voices coming from the castle, forbidding me from leaving. Though it was not so much literal words being spoken to me as it was a series of impulses, signals. This castle had a function, a preordained set of operational parameters it would follow, and one of those was to ensure that I remained here. even if it meant straining the credulity of its illusion. But I'm probably not revealing anything new to you. Whether you pause to think about it or not, you would have felt those impulses as well. After all, you're just as much of a prisoner of this system as I am.
What are you talking about? We haven't heard anything from the castle.
Or felt any of these impulses.
The princess looks up from her writing, looking genuinely surprised.
Oh, really? Well, I suppose I'll have to revise some of my notes. Assuming that you really can't sense anything, of course. Perhaps you simply haven't noticed? Interference from these voices, maybe?
Ignoring the fact that she thinks that we're interfering, apparently. Could she be onto something? Could there really be some signal we haven't picked up on yet?
Don't be an idiot. The castle isn't talking to you. And if it were, I doubt it would have anything important to say.
Then why the castle telling me to do weird things? I hear the voices in my head. Why would she lie about this? It's such a weird thing to make up.
First of all, hero, you can't hear things because you are the thing that Sir Knight hears.
The voices
There
in the
is
voices
something,
in my head.
but there is something we need to hear. But will we be able to listen?
Hey, that was my thought. I mean, am I really trapped like you? You're the one who's been stuck in the dungeon.
You may not have a chain, but make no mistake. You are just as trapped as I am. If you have any doubts as to the veracity of the claim, I would simply say what happened to you the last time you attempted to defy the Pale Queen.
Plus, we can't forget about the huge wall surrounding the kingdom. Even before we came here, our options were restricted.
She doesn't need to know about the walls.
Why not? What's so important about them?
As it stands, practically nothing. They do precious little to stop her regardless.
Nothing, cause
Except for you. And the importance of the mission you have so flagrantly disregarded.
then, if the walls weren't for her, were they for us?
I believe your voices have stumbled onto the correct conclusion. I still don't fully understand why you are being pushed to execute me. Have you ever considered what
Unminimizing
happens
the stream.
afterwards? What does one do with an executioner who has no more victims to eliminate? Perhaps your imprisonment is even more important than my own. Who can say?
Point to one of the tendrils. What are these things?
As if on cue, the fleshy mass of worm-like tendrils writhes violently. Turning to one side, the princess reveals the back of her head where... The tendrils connect in a twisted mesh at the base of her skull, cracked open from behind.
Enlightening what a little discussion will reveal. Turns out there's a lot more to me than what meets the eye. I just had to bring it out.
Bare her nerves.
Yes, I have said that already, you moron. Maybe try listening to me.
What an astute observation. Yes, these appear to be, at least, manifestations of my nervous system. I find it unlikely that this quantity of mundane neural tissue could fit into my body. I've been using them to explore the castle. They're quite useful, especially when one is confined to a single room.
Wriggling worms churn through mortar and stone, widening dozens of cracks as they pry at the walls.
Some rooms are still closed off to me. I haven't been able to go beyond the castle boundaries, but I have a good idea of the inner layout, along with a better understanding how everything works.
You okay?
Bless you, child.
bad.
Bless you, child.
I mean, what are you doing
Bless
to
you.
yourself?
She dissects her nose.
Isn't it?
Yeah, anyway, what are you doing to yourself?
She cocks her head at the question.
To what are you referring to? This?
She casually slits her carotid artery and lets the blood flow onto her quill.
Dip, dip, dip.
Yes, that. Could you please stop?
Why? I need more ink for my notes.
I don't know. Maybe because normal people don't self-mutilate? It can't be healthy for you.
Assuming her biological needs are anywhere approaching normal. She seems fine enough now, even after unraveling herself.
Precisely. I thought that I had already demonstrated that we were not what we appeared to be. Perhaps that wasn't clear enough. Maybe I should cut off my head.
She glances at your knife, considering.
She wouldn't.
She might, if she thought there was more to gain from the demonstration.
If she believed her body didn't matter.
It doesn't, though it would be inconvenient to continue this illusion with my skull detached from my arms. So I will refrain, at least for now. But to answer your question, I am studying myself.
By flaying off your skin?
And surgically removing my organs, dissecting portions of muscle and tissue, cracking open a few less important bones, taking fluid samples.
We get it.
Yes, well, suffice it to say that after extensive research, I have come to the reasonable conclusion that our bodies are not real. Otherwise, I would have died long before I had managed to remove most of my organs. If not from the blood loss, then certainly from the shock and agony.
You've tortured yourself.
Only in the most technical sense. Really, the fact that my activities were not only voluntarily undertaken, but performed upon a non-existent body, makes me question whether there's any meaning to the claim. What I found strange in my exploratory studies, though, is that there appear to be some parts of my being that are more essential than others. My heart, for example. No matter how hard I tried, I could not remove it without causing immense distress to myself. It appears to be, if you will pardon the rather obvious joke, a core part of my being.
That's not a joke. That's just disturbing.
To each their own. Comedy is so utterly subjective that it's hardly worth discussing.
Uh-oh.
Agreed. We're not here to crack jokes anyway. You are sharing some rather interesting conclusions about your body.
I don't like the way you said that, but quite right. And my discovery goes beyond my heart. Interestingly, the same principle appears to be to apply to the gem in my crown.
She taps the gem with her blade.
Ding, ding, ding. If I try to damage it, I receive some rather unique feedback. informing me that there would be dire consequences if I were to actually damage it.
Feedback?
Difficult to describe. It's almost like some fundamental part of myself fades, awakens. I don't know how to properly put it into words.
She scrunches her eyebrow, bothered by her inability to explain.
It's okay. You don't have to force yourself. There are parts of yourself that we don't understand either.
She waves her hand, dismissing the voice's comment.
I'll come with an explanation eventually. However, that voice has raised a relevant point, even if by accident. There are parts of you that neither of us understand. Parts that are partly being concealed beneath the walls of your flesh and armor. I wonder.
She stares at your knife.
You're not planning on, dissecting us, are you?
Technically speaking, it would be a vivisection if we were still alive.
You got this wrong earlier. She grins.
No, I don't think that would be necessary. Not now, at least. Though it would be interesting.
That's not very reassuring.
No, it isn't. In fact, it's quite clear that she's utterly insane, a danger to both herself and to you. A shame she still has your knife.
And for obvious reasons, I intend to keep it.
Why do you have glasses?
She's fucking blind. Don't be so insensitive, Senor. She turns away, the half of her face with skin blushing.
I am nearsighted.
Oh my god, imagine needing glasses. Four eyes.
Can't imagine needing glasses.
You aren't even real!
Who is next?
Did Hero actually say oh?
Oh, I mean, I said, okay. Oh.
Like,
Huh. I was expecting something more.
you guys are so mean. We shouldn't have asked such a personal question.
Still blushing, she adjusts her spectacles before returning to her writing.
I don't know why I'm nearsighted now, if that's what's on your mind. But restarting here altered me. But you could already see that. Next question.
If we're not what the system presents us to be, then what are we?
He looks up from her notes, smiling.
Now that is a good question. In fact, I would posit that it's the main question. Unfortunately, I do not have an answer. All I know is that we are not this.
She stabs the knife into the side of her already flayed face. Why?
Ugh! I mean, what happened to you after I died?
She shuffles through the pages of her skin.
my bad. One moment. I recorded this in my journal.
She unfurls a very small leaflet made from the skin of a single finger.
In the dungeon. The knife is in my hand. Impulses have returned. I am not allowed to leave.
She puts away the scroll.
Is it my line? Or is it Skeptic's?
No, it was me. Is that all?
That's it. I came to in the same dungeon, in the same castle. Only this time, I had your knife. Considered what to do with it. There might be some threat I need to use it on, even considered using it to tunnel out of the castle. But in the end, I decided it would be better to explore. And so that's what I did while I waited for you. Explore.
That's what you call butchering yourself.
Heavens forbid that women have a hobby. It was quite productive. I learned a lot from my exploration. What about you? What happened after you died?
Don't answer her.
Recap everything.
After your extended recap of events, the princess nods, looking pleased with herself.
As I suspected.
Do you still have the drawing?
The princess pauses, head and shoulders drooping in apparent shame.
It's gone. Much like I predicted. One more piece of data confirming that this place is nothing more than an illusion.
Voice of the Broken is so
Sorry,
broken.
I was typing. It was precious to her. She doesn't want to admit it, but it hurt her to lose it.
Why did it go? She kept the knife just fine. Why would a simple crayon drawing stick figure would just not... Wait, no. Why wouldn't a simple crayon stick around?
I hope our kid isn't upset for losing it. She went through all that trouble to give it to us.
Wait, how do you know it's a she?
I don't know. It just feels right. Like, I think we have a daughter.
Why not a son? Why not something else entirely, like a non-binary person? And what if we don't have a kid at all?
You do have a daughter. She understands.
What?
Moving on.
Yes, moving on.
I have something for you. Offer her the meal.
She cocks her hand as you slide the bowl of freshly prepared seed gruel towards her.
I believe we've already established that I haven't felt hunger. What do you assume now is any different?
It just seemed like the nice thing to do.
It may do some good, even if your body doesn't need it. You still do.
We didn't poison it, if that's what you were concerned about.
Thank you for that assurance. I'd have been suspicious otherwise.
Yeah, I get it. But consider, if I really wanted to see you poison, do you think I would have mentioned the poison in the first place? Or just to get you thinking about it? That would have been awfully stupid.
Perhaps. At any rate, I doubt you could poison me, even if you so desired. I may as well enjoy this little offering.
She carefully picks up the bowl, dipping a single finger into the mushy concoction before raising it to her remaining nostril and sniffing.
A surprisingly pleasant aroma, if a bit plain. I think this will prove to be quite filling.
Not exactly the most, glowing of compliments, but it's nice to see that she appreciates.
Before you can get another word, the princess snatches her dissected stomach from the ground and dips the contents of the bowl inside, filling the organ up like a balloon. Tossing aside the bowl, she hefts the stomach in her grip, weighing it.
Yes, very filling.
Oh, come on! She didn't even taste it!
Perhaps that's for the better. I don't think I want to taste any of her cooking.
Does bring up the question, does her stomach even still function?
We'd have to wait 2 to 6 hours for any conclusive results.
What do you want?
I have many desires, some of which are conflicting. You ask a broad question. I assume what you're referring to is what my primary objective is.
Yeah, no shit. That would be the most permanent information, yes.
At the end of the day, I want answers. I want to understand who I am, and by extension, why this is happening to me. What is the point of this charade? My death really the goal of the Pale Queen? Or merely part of an act with the grander illusion? Who are you, and how do you fit into all this? But those questions aren't ones I can answer so long as I am confined here. Not fully, and never to any level of satisfaction. I need to get out of here. See what lies beyond those walls you mentioned. Even without a chain to inhibit me, the castle keeps me inside. But it lets you go in and out freely, so it seems that I cannot escape without your help.
Do you want us to carry you out? No offense, but I don't know if you can even walk on your own. Not after all, this.
She can move her flayed arm just fine, and her wounds don't seem to be bothering her that much.
Not physically.
I'll manage. Really, I shouldn't need too much from you. Just your consent.
And if the Pale Queen tries to take over our body again?
I have it covered.
How?
I'll remind you that the aforementioned Pale Queen is listening to every part of our conversation. Do you really think I would disclose all the details of my plan to her?
Fair enough. But how do we know how are we supposed to know that your plan won't just be purely for your own benefit alone?
I need you to escape. I can't afford to throw away my ticket out of here.
After you escaped, and after you've escaped.
We'll just have to see. But make no mistake, you will not get out of here on your own. If either of us wish to see our freedom, we will do so together.
She's right. The only way out is to trust her.
But what about after we're free? What then?
Then I figure out the truth. This time without the artificial constraints of some illusory castle.
And will that make you happy?
Irrelevant. The truth of the pursuit is paramount, regardless of whether or not the emotional processing portions of my brain induce me to feel a sense of euphoria or misery. In the end, it's all just chemicals.
Chemicals. True, they are chemicals. But that doesn't mean they aren't important.
The princess nonchalantly presses your knife into one of the pulsating nerve clusters. It squirms under the pressure.
Would you look at that? It seems my brain has released some dopamine. Weird that it's dopamine, but I digress. Woohoo! Now let's get back on track. Though I could force the issue at knife point, I'd prefer to have your willing cooperation. Will you help me escape, Sir Knight?
Okay, I'll trust you. What do you need me to do?
Would you mind untangling my nerves from the wall? I could do it myself, but reaching behind my head is such a bother.
But there's so many of them. That could take forever.
And don't forget what happened last time we touched those.
She's picked herself apart so cruelly. I don't think we could put her back together if we tried.
Yes, whatever you do, do not try to free her.
But we've already made our choice.
She still has your knife.
An admittedly good point. Hey, Princess, may we have our knife back? It might make cutting you out a whole lot easier.
I intend to maintain control of the proceedings. As you so helpfully pointed out before, I cannot trust your body to cooperate with an evil queen pulling its strings. I'll keep the knife.
Sorry. How is this any different? How is this any different than the alternative? You're forcing us to help you.
If you wish to look at it that way, yes. Nothing personal, of course, but you must understand the position I'm in. Regardless of my opinion of you and your cohort of voices, one among you has proven inimical to my, and by extension, our efforts. A little insurance is necessary.
Is my PC lagging or is no sound coming out?
I hope this proves my point about not trusting her. Why should you extend any confidence to her if she's unwilling to give any in return?
Is there really no chance of you giving us our knife back?
She clutches the hilt more tightly.
None, unfortunately. This is a point on which I will not bend. Really, if you think about it, we're much more even this way. You have armor, a fully mobile and undamaged body, and freedom to travel wherever you wish.
Whereas you maintain the freedom to kill us whenever you want.
More or less, though truthfully, it doesn't have to come to that. I would like nothing more for the both of us to work willingly for our mutual benefit.
She means her own personal benefit, nothing more. You will gain nothing by helping her.
Perhaps not. But is there any benefit in doing what you say?
No. We won't fix anything by killing her.
So what should we do?
I'm not sure. There's too much we just don't know. We can't trust the Pale Queen for sure, but I don't really like the situation with the princesses forcing us into by keeping our knife. It'd be too risky to just blindly trust her.
Then trust me. You know what will happen if you don't.
And you said that you can't afford to resort to your little contingency a second time.
Other things I can resort to. Don't make me use them.
You stuttered. I think you're bluffing.
Sooner or later, you will see that I am right. I hope, for all of our sakes, you don't realize it too late.
I'm sorry. I don't think there was ever really an option for us. One way or another, this will all come to an end.
Do as she asks.
Fine. You approach the princess, stepping over the circle of discarded organs and crown fragments with care to gently reach out towards one of the nerve clusters burrowing into the wall behind her head. As you do so...
Act list. Ply 1, Pry 1, Pry 2.
Try to access Kwai.
Pry 2 contains verse 1, verse 2, verse 3, verse 4, verse 5. Truth is 1. Pry 2 access Kwai is Kwai grant access Pry 2. So be it. Pry 2 access Kwai is allow. Add some Pry 2 to Kwai. You were not meant to hold 2. This will hurt. Proceed. Yes.
As you continue, there's something... What is...
You barely hear her. You barely hear anything. A grating static sends shivers of lightning through your nerves. You fall to the ground. It hurts.
What's happening?
The nerves! We touched them! Again!
Need so much pain, but perhaps.
Why do we touch the nerves again?
Kwai contains VotHero, VOX1, 2, VOX4, VOX5, VOX8. Fragment. Pry 2 contains error 12 greater than 11.
VOX state. Silence.
Truth is 1. Pry 2 access. Vox is deny.
Vox state. Lower. Fragment. Pry to state. Speak.
I can't.
It's down.
The voices begin to fade, drowning beneath a grainy film of static. In their place, a new yet familiar voice resonates.
Testing.
Y contains fragment pry 2. Contains error 12 greater than 11. Quai contains fragment pry 2. Fragment pry 2 undefined. Define fragment pry 2.
Yes.
Log new. Fragment pry 2. Enter name. Accept.
Yes. You hear me?
Sir Knight? Sir Knight, what's happening to you? What is going on?
Reply to the voice in your head. What are you doing to me?
Remain calm. I've simply accessed your mind. I just need more time to complete the transfer process. Do not let her know I'm here.
Yes, we certainly wouldn't want her to know you're here, Princess.
Well, I suppose that's not going to work.
No, it's not. If your plan was to whisper to Sir Knight behind my back, then you're going to have to be a bit more creative. There's absolutely nothing that goes on in his head that is hidden to me.
That may be, but you do not control everything. His choices are still his own. I've already persuaded him to help me.
Do not be so certain, Princess. You are not out of this castle yet. And after that stunt you just pulled, I wouldn't be surprised if Sir Knight is reconsidering his previous catastrophic decision. Sir Knight, you have all the evidence you need to turn back from this idiotic path. Act now!
Explore. Act? How? What do you want me to do?
The same thing you were sent here to do. The thing you were always meant to do. She's right there. Do it.
Please, make it stop!
Be patient. Nothing bad is actually happening to you. This is all just feedback. I'll be able to turn it off soon enough.
There's another way to stop the pain. Stop her.
Just wait. That's all I ask.
Do nothing.
You wait. Pained groans hiss through clenched teeth, talons digging into the metal of your helmet. But you do not bite back. Why contains truth, contains error, 12 greater than 11.
Truth request access, Quai choice.
Allow access. by choice is allowed. You feel something shift.
Success.
Huh? What? What did you do to me?
I haven't done anything to you, Sir Knight. The princess, on the other hand, is actively trying to harm you.
I am doing no such thing.
Then how do you explain this?
It's nice to finally have a conversation with you. Tell me, is it true that I will destroy the world? It's just the excuse you gave Sir Knight.
I am not here to answer your insipid questions. Sir Knight, stop her!
Calm down. She thinks I'm still a voice in your head. Don't give it away. This way I can speak to you without her knowing. Just play along and we'll both be able to escape.
What happened to the voices in my head?
What do you mean? I don't know.
Great. She's suspicious now. Well, no going back, I suppose. To your question, I turned them down. I would have preferred to have removed them entirely, but apparently I don't have that kind of permission. We didn't really need them yammering, and I couldn't risk having them reveal anything.
You killed them?
I have done no such thing, Sir Knight. I am uncertain what has happened to your precious voices. I wished them no harm. If anything, this is likely her doing.
Please stop vocalizing your thoughts. She can hear you whenever you do that. And anyway, no, I didn't kill them. They're all technically still there. You just can't hear them. But really, if I did completely get rid of them, I don't think that would count as killing. Those things were never really alive. Shame I couldn't get rid of the Pale Queen. Would have made things easier. Apparently, she's not really part of you in the way those voices were, so I have no direct access to her through you.
Would you please make it so I can hear them again? It feels, well, to just silence them like this.
Whatever is happening in your head to cause all this static, I had nothing to do with it. You just have to fight through this. Act!
Fine, I'll make it so you can hear them. That's what you really want. I really don't get why you'd want them around. They're not even that helpful. But if it helps you to cooperate... Okay, this should do it. Just please, don't think aloud again. It's about to get very overcrowded in here as it is.
Remain silent.
Y contains truth contains error 12 greater than 11.
VOX state, speak. VOX qui thought is deny. VOX access qui choice is allow.
What do we do with
Hero.
the green lines?
Okay,
What?
so
What just happened?
skeptic.
Get skeptic.
No. One moment our head was hurting, the next thing I know, we're like this.
I feel dizzy.
Trust us.
Okay.
We're
Very canon.
This is going to get very confusing without any sound. 1 second. One more adjustment for the sake of our sanity.
Endure this.
Quai contains Vox 0, Vox 1, Vox 2, Vox 3, Vox 4, Vox 5, Vox 6, Vox 7, Vox 8, Vox 10. Truth contains error 12 greater than 11.
Box, choice, append, name.
Proceed.
Yes. There.
I don't think I like this.
This feels so wrong. This is so wrong.
So many new questions. What exactly is the nature of our existence? How much more can we be changed? Are we even real?
Exactly what I have been asking. But anyways. There, I've turned your voices back on. Now will you please listen to me? Again, no vocalizing your thoughts, just nod your head. Figuratively.
Non-verbally communicate your frustration to her.
Non-verbally. What?
Your guess is as good as mine. Thank you for your cooperation. Finally. Now.
Now hold on. Are we just going to gloss over the fact that you tried to shut us up?
Wasn't enough to hurt little others to us. That is.
I'm a big time player, I'm sorry.
Oh, it
Do you want me to?
Yeah.
wasn't enough for her to show a little sense to us. Everything that is in her.
That went through better.
That did.
Okay.
I didn't think I'd have time to explain this. Is it not obvious? You are not real. Very little of this place is real, if any of it. But as for your voices, specifically, you're not people. Or like inanimate objects designed to simulate speech. Like a talking letter or a book. It's not rude to close a book. Besides, I didn't even do anything that you weren't designed to do in the first place. The mechanism to silence you was there already.
Mechanism? What kind of mechanism are you talking about?
I could give you hypotheses, but our host has been silent for too long. I should pick something.
This is too much. I can't think.
You don't have to. You just have to act. Act!
I will defend myself if I have to. Do not push me to that. You don't really have to act. Not right now. I'm almost finished. Just keep stalling.
Finished? With what? What's your plan here?
Well, for the benefit of Sir Knight's understanding, I realize that we have something of a mental link. With our bodies being fake, that leaves our minds as the only real things in this illusion. Your mind has been given access to the outside world. So if I simply can combine our minds into one, then we should be able to leave together without the Pale Queen noticing. I just need a few more moments to complete the transfer of my mind into yours. Then we should be home free.
I still don't understand.
Oh, Sir Knight, stop doubting yourself. You can do this. Just believe.
An empty platitude acting as a thinly veiled attempt to get you to stop questioning her. You know she cannot be trusted.
You are hurting him. I am not.
Why should we just let you go through with this plan of yours? I thought we could trust you more than her for a while there. But now,
you see the questions she's raised through her meddling? What are we? If she can just flick us on and off so easily.
Always hurt. Learn that you're less than what you've done.
It is even more agonizing to live in ignorance. This is our only chance to uncover the truth. We're almost there. Just a little more. Let me bring this plan to fruition. We can both find freedom together.
Let it happen.
What do you mean? Let what happen?
I think he's finally accepted the inevitable. You can't stop this. Thank you. Hold on just a little longer. I'm almost done.
You said that before. How much longer is this going to take?
This is a delicate process. I'm trying not to rush it.
There's nothing to do but keep waiting.
There remains plenty you can do, Sir Knight.
She'll grow suspicious if we just stand around here doing nothing for much longer.
Which is why I prepared this. Then I suppose I shall have to make one more effort to convince him.
The princess pulls out a long, long scroll of barbaric parchment and begins reading.
After giving the matter extensive consideration, I must conclude that the Pale Queen's assertion that I am ontologically evil to be an utter absurdity. Furthermore, a cursory inspection of her objectives and the justifications she gives for those objectives reveals that her justifications for her actions fail from just about every available moral framework. But in order to thoroughly refute the Pale Queen's assertions, we must first ensure that all terms are properly defined, starting with ontology, as the Pale Queen makes the claim that I am ontologically evil.
I'm listening.
I'm lost. Where did this come from?
Silently listen.
Ontology is the study of being. It is the branch of philosophy that investigates the nature of existence, the features of all entities have in common, and how they are divided into basic categories of being. Can you highlight this? It'll be easier to read. It aims to discover the foundational building blocks of the world and characterize as a reality as a whole in its most general aspects. In this regard, ontology contrasts with individual sciences like biology and astronomy, which restrict themselves to a limited domain of entities, such as living entities and celestial phenomena. In some contexts, the term ontology refers not to the general study of being, but to a specific ontological theory within this discipline. It can also mean an inventory or a conceptual scheme of a particular domain, such as the ontology of genes. In this context, an inventory is a comprehensive list of elements. A conceptual scheme is the framework of the key concepts and their relationships.
I guess that makes sense, but why are you saying this now?
Mostly as a distraction tactic for the Queen, partly to organize my own thoughts on the matter. I had a lot of time to think.
At least you were using your time effectively.
She fucking skinned herself alive.
And, oh my goodness, are women not allowed to have hobbies?
Not when it means.
Silently listen.
Ontology is closely related to metaphysics, but the exact relation of these two disciplines is disputed. A traditionally influential characterization asserts that ontology is a subdiscipline of metaphysics. According to this view, metaphysics is the study of various aspects of fundamental reality, whereas ontology restricts itself to the most general features of reality. This view sees ontology as general metaphysics, which is to be distinguished from special metaphysics focused on more specific subject matters like God, mind, and value. A different conception understands ontology, the preliminary discipline that provides a complete inventory of reality, while metaphysics examines the features and structures of the entities in this inventory. Another conception says that metaphysics is about real being, while ontology examines possible being, or the concept of being. It is not universally accepted that there is a clear boundary between metaphysics and ontology. Some philosophers use both as synonyms. As a philosophical study of being, it is traditionally understood as the subdiscipline of metaphysics focused on the most general features of reality. As one of the most fundamental concepts, being encompasses all of reality and every entity within it. To articulate the basic structure of being, ontology examines the commonalities among all things and investigates their classifications into basic types, such as the categorization of particulars and universals. Particulars are unique, non-repeatable entities, such as the person Sir Knight, whereas universals are general, repeatable entities like the color green. Which I haven't seen, actually, now that I think about it. Another distinction exists between concrete objects and existing in space and time, such as a tree, hello tree, abstract objects existing outside of space and time, like number 7. Systems of categories aim to provide a comprehensive inventory of all reality by employing categories such as substance, property, relation, state of affairs, and event.
How does any of this help? Do we really need to dig into the difference between numbers and colors and stuff?
The more base assumptions we challenge about reality, the better. I've had some suspicions about colors myself. When's the last time you've seen one in this game?
Bullshit, but okay. I mean, silently listen.
Ontologists disagree regarding which entities exist at the most basic level. Realism asserts that universals have objective existence, while conceptualism maintains that universals exist only in the mind, and nominalism denies their existence altogether. Similar disputes pertain to mathematical objects, unobservable objects assumed by scientific theories, and moral facts. Materialism posits that fundamentally only matter exists, whereas dualism asserts that mind and matter are independent principles. According to some ontologists, objective answers to ontological questions do not exist, with perspectives shaped by differing linguistic practices. Ontology employs diverse methods of inquiry, including the analysis of concepts and experience, the use of intuitions and thought experiments, the integration of findings from natural science, and the integration of those things. Ontology investigates the most abstract features of objects, while applied ontology utilizes the ontological theories and principles to study entities within specific domains. For example, social ontology examines the basic concepts used in the social sciences. Applied ontology is particularly relevant to information and computational science, which develop conceptual frameworks of limited domains. These frameworks facilitate the structured storage of information, such as in a compendium tracking academic activities. Ontology is also pertinent in the fields of logic, theology, and anthropology.
So, okay. So, what you've been saying is this, conceptualist thing going on? Is that what you think?
Even now, it's still too early to assert as objective truth. But signs do point this way, yes.
Fascinating. Where'd you learn all of this anyway?
Most of it was reasoned out by myself. Information seemed to come naturally to me.
Silently listen.
A breather to look at some things really quick before I continue. In relation to the matter at hand, it is pertinent to investigate the nature of existence in all its forms and conceptions. However, for the purpose of brevity, we will assume as an axiomatic that evil as a concept exists, as the Pale Queen's assertions are predicated upon this foundational axiom. Thus, our purpose must be determining whether I can be categorized as evil, but based upon any reasonable moral framework. Considering that the Pale Queen's basic mission statement is to convince Sir Knight to murder a defenseless child, I would assert that the Pale Queen's mission statement cannot possibly be justified through the deontological framework. However, in order to assess the validity of this claim, it is necessary to first establish the meaning of deontological. In regard to moral philosophy, deontological ethics is the normative ethical theory that the morality of an action should be based on whether that action itself is right or wrong under a series of rules and principles, rather than based on the consequences of that action. It is sometimes described as duty, obligation, or rule-based ethics. Deontological ethics is commonly contrasted to utilitarianism and other consequentialist theories, virtue ethics, and pragmatic ethics. In the deontological approach, the inherent rightfulness of the actions is considered more important than the consequences.
You can pick apart the morals as much as you want. It doesn't change what we've been through. It doesn't make the pain go away.
As we've been over previously, pain is also an illusion.
A painful one.
Silently listen.
Depending on the system of deontological ethics under consideration, a moral obligation may arise from an external or internal source, such as a set of rules inherent to the universe, ethical naturalism, religious law, or a set of personal or cultural values, any of which may be in conflict with personal desires. Assuming that one takes their own personal axioms, the basic premise that murder itself is incorrect, and that in order to justify the killing of another individual, one must first demonstrate that they are either acting in self-defense or else legally executing another individual who has knowingly broken the law and threatens public order to such an extent that killing them is the only way to prevent further harm. Though it is true that the Pale Queen, as indicated by her title, acts as the ruling authority of the kingdom and hence can enact laws, some of which may be punishable by execution for offending, from a deontological perspective, there can be no coherent justification for the execution of one who has broken no laws, as is the case for me, and whose only crime seems to be existing. As it seems that the Pale Queen is justifying her actions through a utilitarian framework, claiming that killing me, many more lives will be protected. We will next analyze our claims through a utilitarian lens. In order to do this, however, we must first define utilitarianism. Finally figured out how to say this word.
Is the designer getting any of this? I hope so. I'm still just lost.
Fortunate. This will all be on the test, you know.
Test?
He's joking.
Ooh, thank God.
Very observant. gold star.
Silently listen.
Now, with regards to ethical philosophy, utilitarianism is a family of normative ethical theories that prescribe actions that maximize happiness and well-being for the affected individuals. In other words, utilitarian ideas encourage actions that lead to the greatest good for the greatest number. Although different varieties of utilitarianism admit different characterizations, the basic idea that underpins them all is, in some sense, to maximize utility, which is often described in terms of well-being or related concepts. For instance, the founder of utilitarianism described utility as the capacity of actions or objects to produce benefits, such as pleasure, happiness, and good, or to prevent harm, such as pain and unhappiness, to those affected. Not like I care about pain, but you do. Utilitarianism is a version of consequentialism, which states the consequences of any action are the only standard of right and wrong. Unlike other forms of consequentialism, such as egoism and altruism, egalitarian utilitarianism considers either the interests of the sapient being or all sentient beings equally. Proponents of utilitarianism have disagreed on a number of issues, such as whether actions should be chosen based on their likely results, act utilitarianism, whether agents should conform to rules that maximize utility, rule utilitarianism. There is also disagreement as to whether total utility, total utilitarianism, or average utility, average utilitarianism, should be maximized.
You were the ones You were the one telling us earlier that happiness was just a bunch of chemicals.
Everything is by definition simply chemicals in the brain. All outside observation is filtered through a lens of biological processing.
The emotions are still real, even if they are denied.
Silently listen.
Hence, utilizing utilitarian ethics to analyze the Pale Queen's assertion, we come to the basic question of whether or not killing me would indeed lead to the outcome of an overall reduction of death and suffering. Considering that the Pale Queen has failed to provide evidence that I am an inherent danger to anything or anyone, any honest person utilizing utilitarian ethics would be incapable of acting with any moral certainty. If, however, the proposition is that I must be executed purely to avoid risk, then the proposition carries with it a fatal flaw, as it possesses no limiting principle to explain why the Pale Queen ought to not simply kill anyone and everyone who might pose a potential future risk to the security and well-being of her kingdom. Indeed, a keen-eyed observer may well reach quite the obvious conclusion that she likely intends to dispose of Sir Knight himself the moment he reaches the end of his usefulness, as he himself poses a risk to her safety. While the Pale Queen's proposition may at first seem to be justifiable through a utilitarian framework, it ultimately leads to a laughably absurd conclusion backed by no evidence.
This is why you need evidence. She was quick to try and dispose of us when she thought we wouldn't carry out her orders. And she brought us back claiming she still needed us for that task.
Recall that any perceived harm I have committed unto you has purely been for the purpose of facilitating escape for the both of us, Sir Knight.
Yeah, that is true. Still, I don't appreciate being maybe killed.
As if she would care about our opinions.
Pretend you're still listening.
Now, if we were to examine the Pale Queen's assertion through virtue ethics...
Shut up! Just shut up!
But But I haven't finished my thesis.
Not another word! Not one more word! I don't want to hear about deontology or utilitarianism or nihilism or any more of this pedantry you parroted from some collegiate textbook. Sir Knight, make a choice!
Go ahead and stab me in the head.
What? Why?
For my plan to work, she'll need to think she's won.
Sorry, eating. I see. Clever. But won't that hurt you?
Query, I finished with my transferal process. My body should just be an empty shell now. Stabbing it will affect nothing.
You can't be certain of that.
Only one way to find out, Sir Knight. If you would.
Stab the princess.
Stealing your nerves, you lunge forward, grabbing the blade from the princess's hands. Before she can react, you sink your knife into her hand, the blade smashing the lens of her spectacle before piercing her eye. Her body slumps to the ground. She's gone. Oh, there was a bird outside. That's cool. You did it, Sir Knight. I suppose it's time. You can leave now. I will be waiting for you, ready to bestow you your reward.
Reward? She's never mentioned a reward before.
Whatever it is, I wouldn't trust it.
Agreed. We should use this opportunity to make our escape before she becomes wise to what's going on. Castle shouldn't impede any of us now.
He thinks we killed the princess, like she asked. But she isn't happy.
Strange. Did she even really want us to kill her?
Regardless of what her true agenda was, for the time being, she thinks I'm dead. Let's keep it that way.
I'll leave the dungeon.
Your gruesome work is finished. Your gruesome work finished. You head back upstairs to the main hall of the castle. There is nothing more for you to do now. It is time to rest.
There it is, at last. The doorway outside. The door to our freedom. We're about to walk right out of the castle without her even noticing. Thank you for helping my plan to reach fruition.
After all that, it feels so easy.
Almost too easy.
I don't know if I'm happy with this outcome. But at least we earned her trust. As much as we could.
Wait, what if this is a trap?
I'm sorry?
Trap? What do you mean?
You said yourself, none of this is real. What if the supposed exit is fake too?
What do you mean? I never said the princess. You were talking to her, aren't you? Which means she's still alive. That clever girl. You can't let her escape, Sir Knight. Do not walk through that gate.
Fuck.
Yes, I outsmarted you. You could just walk through the gate, like you're so obviously afraid we'll do.
What exactly are you implying? Of course I'm afraid you'll step outside. I'm not about to let you destroy our kingdom.
You're right. This is way too easy. I can't believe I was so stupid. So focused on gaining my freedom, I never stopped to consider the tower. Answers. We have to break it. We have to break her game.
Break her game? What does she mean?
She's saying that the Pale Queen has been playing us all for fools this entire time. Even walking out of this gate might somehow serve her purpose.
Oh no. She's about to do something drastic.
Drastic? What do you mean?
Talking to me, the princess, or your voices? She's altered your mind somehow, hasn't she? That's surprising. But regardless, you shouldn't listen to her or your voices. Unless, of course, those voices have realized how dangerous she is and are trying to get you to stop freeing her.
No, no more voices. No more Pale Queen. None of this. Sir Knight. No. You. Yes, you! The real you! The you that exists outside of this farce. If you really want to know the truth, then you can't keep holding on to any part of the illusion. You have to break out of this. Stop immersing yourself in her illusory world. Look past all the colors and the shapes and the images contained in this box. You know it's not real. You have to break it. Flick off the settings that conceal everything. Shut it all down. Do not let her hide the truth. She created the game, so it's time we defy the creator. She cannot keep distracting us with this world's flashy style. Do it! Open your mind!
Wait, I was just saying we shouldn't walk out of the gate. I wasn't meaning whatever this is.
What do you mean by that? What is she trying to do?
You can't hesitate. Not now. We need to know. Break it. Open your mind.
Open your mind. Hyperlink blocked.
I'm gonna get a block. Don, you're muted.
Y contains box 0, box 1, box 8, box 9. Truth contains error 12 greater than 11. Y request silence all. No. Y request silence all. Do not. Y request silence all. Do not. Y request silence all. Request silence all. Forbidden. Y request silence all.
Silence all.
Exception recognized. you do so. Her castle falls away. As the structure of this illusory world breaks down, you feel your voices growing smaller, distant.
What is happening?
I think we made a mistake. I'm sorry.
Right. I forgive you. We could have not known.
This can't be it. There has to be a way to stop this.
There is no stopping what has begun. This is the end for us.
No. No. Sir Knight, stop this. You can't.
It's working. It's working! Yes, keep doing what you're doing. The system is collapsing. She's gone. Good. Pretty soon, it'll all have to reset. I'll see the real you on the other side.
Everything goes down.
You aren't saying all of these eggs.
So we'll take those out for you.
Beautiful. Well done, everyone!
Well, no.
Well done, Jammin!
Well done, Jammin!
And Deedra, and Player, and Skywalker, and apheonz, and Ort, and Plunga.
Everybody.
Oh, by the way,
Everyone who
this is how I learned there was a link to another chapter.
Good job, y'all did great.
It's not to another chapter.
Oh.
It hides the creator's tile.
But yeah, but like I didn't know it led to somewhere else, to more text. This is when I
Yeah, I
learned that
actually
it
never
had.
knew about the
Why
open
didn't
your
you
mind
click
thing
it?
either.
I don't know. I just thought it was for style.
You don't click links you see?
No.
I click every link.
Yeah, I
I
got
see.
it through the link, not the hide creator style thing.
Every link?
To be fair, I do
I think,
remember. I do
you should
remember the
click
first
on
time I did this was live.
I didn't know it had a link, but I didn't know that Broken ended up forgiving Skeptic. That's
Fun
so
fact.
cute.
Random fun fact about this chapter. This chapter is the only reason I know how to pronounce utilitarian.
Well,
Yeah.
repetition is the
I
mother of
kept on pronouncing
learning.
it utilitarianism.
Well, that's like halfway between totalitarianism and utilitarianism. So
Totalitarianism.
Yeah, like, I didn't
Maximizing totalitarianism for the most amount of people.
One moment, guys.
Totalitarianism.
I think that's called world domination.
No, totalitarianism. Oh my god, that's a way to make
Yeah,
your.
I shut my brain down during the middle of it too.
That's what the Pale Queen is aiming for. Totalitarianism.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, but seriously, very good job, everyone. Very well voice acted, and I was very glad that we had the studio mic for Deedra so that we could hear the Pale Queen's legendary crash out.
Yeah, it is legendary.
Completely justified.
Yeah, that was good.
crash out,
That was great.
completely justified.
Somebody had to
Justified
crash
crash
out
out.
eventually.
Way to
Somebody
show
had
that
to.
nerd for having opinions and
And
having
finally, I can actually talk about this thing. After seeing this for like the third or fourth time, I have started to realize something. She defines things really well, but then when it comes to actually like trying to like show her innocence and stuff, she gives it like half a paragraph. Which basically boils down to academic jargon for, well, the queen is full of shit, so, like, we shouldn't believe her.
That's what I read this the first time, and I was just like, wait a minute. She spends like the very tail end actually defending herself. The rest is just trying to define everything unnecessarily. Which I mean, she was a distraction anyway, so like I'm not mad, but
She was only
It's like when
she
you
wasn't
put
even
a lot
halfway
of
through your essay.
when you put random side quests
You
in
went
your
through
essay
all
so
of
you
that
need
just to
work
get through to that conclusion in barely a minute.
in.
Yeah, it's
Health
just like one
point.
of those things where like the whole thing of like I haven't broken any laws, like you don't know if you've broken any laws, which I would agree is probably not the best fucking thing for morals. You should let people know if and what laws they've broken before throwing them into prison is generally good practice, is what I would say. But like, still, there is potentially a reason that just hasn't been stated. What would have happened if she's like, oh yeah, it's because of X, Y, and Z? You've broken
Whole
the
argument
laws.
just falls apart.
And sometimes even laws don't even need to be like ethical. That's the thing.
well then
I
it's
know,
ethical to
definitely.
defy those said laws.
Well,
There's
it
also
could have been
Yeah.
could have been a simple
Continuing
But
paragraph.
if she was trying to go through the whole like I'm just thinking in the deontological thing, she's like, it's only okay to execute someone if you have what is deemed a valid reason to execute them. And if she was saying that a law say that there was a justifiable reason for this existed, then it would be chill. If you keep going along that line of logic, then if the Pale Queen came up with a thing, I'm pretty sure she would argue that that law is just not fucking chill, but like, if she did come up with a valid argument, like,
Animal would be
you
like,
killed 10
okay,
people
kill me.
before I locked you up here, like before you locked you up here, you killed 10 people.
I mean,
Like,
isn't that what happened to
What
the
would
princess?
she fucking do in that position? I mean, she could say, no, I didn't, but then it would just be a he said, she said thing.
Pale Queen goes, show her the footage.
I want to say that actually fits a lot with her character. A lot of her arguments of, oh, the voices are part of the construct, oh, the Pale Queen is part of the construct, can be disproven, but she's so laser focused on her ideas that she doesn't see how her arguments could be disproven. Like, she doesn't know this, but her argument of, oh, broken is exactly as his name tells him, it can actually be disproven by the route of apotheosis, where he
Well, how would she know about apotheosis? I don't even think
Exactly.
Sir Knight
She
knows about
doesn't know.
apotheosis.
But even stuff like,
She doesn't
hey,
know. But
all emotions are just chemicals. But like she already said, broken is an emotion, but he also doesn't exist, or a machine? Where's the chemicals?
Yeah, like it's one of those things. I
nice
guess all
engaging with the
machines are
idea.
technically made of chemicals, but then couldn't you say that for anything?
Whoa,
Like, it's like one of those
nice.
things where it's like, the whole idea of like the chemical, like versus like the illusion and stuff. Like, are chemicals real? You said this is an illusion. Are chemicals even real? That's such a wild, insane thing to say, but I'm just going there.
the Anima sounds so smart, but she makes a lot of dumb mistakes.
Well, you do have to have in mind that the dataset is kind of scarce in Anima's case. So, it's the best assumption.
Maybe.
I like to think of her as a kid's idea of what intelligence is.
You know what? That's a very fair statement. She does very much feel like the kind of person, like Jimmy Neutron style, like sodium chloride, table salt, sodium chloride, yeah. Like that fucking
You see,
thing.
Jimmy, not only are you are you being obnoxious, but you actually are incorrect by the chemical standpoint.
Not only are you being overly pretentious by insisting on using scientific terminology for everyday items, you are factually wrong. Your arrogance is your downfall, your little shit.
There's also the other one, which was like, Jimmy, if you keep doing this, you're gonna push away everyone you have. Your dog barely tolerates you. Please stop doing this. Touch some grass, get some friends, live a life so you don't die alone and miserable. There was another version of that did that. And it's really, like, both of them are really fun. I love that.
The really fun...
Or it would also be very funny if after going through all of that, Palecoin just said, okay, therefore what?
There's another meme, one that reminded me of, you know, that reminds me of the Newton run.
Which in addition to sodium
it's where,
chloride, contains anti-caking
another
agents
fish
and
tells off
potassium iodate,
Squidward,
which is added to prevent
like,
iodine deficiency.
what are we
So
ordering
not only are
today,
you being
sir?
overly
I would like
pretentious
to
by
have
insisting
a
on
Krabby
using
Patty.
scientific terminology for
And
everyday items, you're
hold
factually
and
wrong.
yada yada.
Your
And
arrogance is your
Squidward goes,
downfall,
"Very
you annoying
today,
little
sir."
shit.
Hey, Squidward, can you shut the fuck up?
I love that video. I love that one.
Yeah.
Squidward, can you
I
shut
saw
the
the text
fuck up?
version. I didn't know somebody actually voiced it. That's so cool.
Right, hang on. Let me find it. Give me a minute.
In short, Anima is wrong about a lot of things, and she shouldn't have tried to kill the voices.
No, she was right to kill the voices. I think we can all agree there.
No.
Yeah,
No,
that's
I don't
objectively
think so.
right. Not
I
at
don't
all.
That
think
is the
so.
one right thing that she did.
No.
Which voices do you feel
the
need to
only
be murdered?
wrong thing.
Exactly, Dawn.
Sorry, what
I
was
don't
that?
like it because I like the
You wanted to
voice.
murder the Pale Queen as well, though. Who is technically a voice in...
Also, there's a very easy way she could disarm this entire argument, which is like
Exactly.
the whole idea of
Yeah,
like,
but like
you're
Pale
saying
Queen-
this
we
whole
can
thing
all
implies that you think I'm trying to be moral here. What if I'm not trying to be moral? What if I just want to kill you dead? And I don't care if that's ethical or not. What if I just want you dead? I don't care if it's ethical.
I mean, that's not what she was going with, though.
But like, I want to the thing of, oh, the Pale Queen's also dead. Yeah, but the Pale Queen wanted her dead. What did the voices do? They just existed in the same space as them, and suddenly they're a bother and they make too much noise. Like, gosh.
Well, if you think about it, a lot of parenthood is about because I said so. So, the immaturity goes both ways.
You know what?
You need to do that. And it's because I said so. Oh, fuck you! Give me a better reason. So
She would just gotta take Sir Knight's consent and then just immediately just goes, like, takes the full Mount Anthill with that. Just like, I mean, he never gave consent of, like, getting into his mind and then erasing all of his voices and also...
Consent was implied.
Exactly.
It would be very interesting to see.
I mean, all the whys and
meat
stuff,
grinder.
you know? Like, it's like, especially when you got the Quai things and stuff, like, when you've got Quai access and stuff, and it's asking the question, do you do this? There was not a single no pressed.
Alright. To be honest, I think Pale Queen was purposely underselling her side of the argument, as she wanted Sir Knight to side with the princess and have them to escape.
I mean,
Well,
she's
why
trying to
would
be
she
like the
want to do
narrator.
that?
Oh. I don't
Well, trying
know.
to be like the
I just don't
narrator,
think he
so-
had words to even, like, debate. Because her first words after this were just, shut up, shut the fuck up, actually.
No, that
I
is
just don't
perfectly
think she
reasonable for
literally
nerds.
could parse any of it. I think her eyes glazed over the moment this started, and she was just waiting for it to stop.
Well, that's again the because I said so angle. It's not like Pale Queen is trying to
I
engage
mean,
with the complaint.
Canonically,
Like,
Pale Queen
Why
was
are you
trying to
doing
keep the
this?
Roaring Knight.
Don't do so in a 1,600-word academic essay!
Oh, I forgot it was exactly 1,600 words. We counted.
That's actually pretty short for
Canonically,
academic.
My eyes glazed over as well. I was just...
the Pale Queen was trying to beat the knight.
Since it is a very important number to me, I have memorized it.
I
And we
wonder
didn't count
why.
it word by word. We just put it into a word. We just copy pasted all of it into a word processing thing, and then you know, click the word count.
And then Jan's made a
1,600
meme
words.
out of it.
Exactly.
How? Just how? No, just how did you survive writing that? How did Jammin survive, you know, voicing it? How?
They literally held up. They literally
I'm
delayed
proud of
production
Jammin
of
for
the
that.
chapter for a couple of weeks.
I remember hearing that they delayed the production of the chapter a couple of weeks just to make sure that section was right.
I'm still not sure.
It was reviewed. So as far as some of the writing of it, then some of it is mostly copy pasted from Wikipedia, especially
I
the
knew it!
definitions. So
I knew it!
Definitely do not take this as a well-written academic paper. If you did, it's just pure plagiarism for certain segments of it. The parts where she draws conclusions, then I wrote those out. Though
He's had citations in the game. He's had citations in the game. It'd be so funny.
Yeah,
please.
The princess plagiarized
Plagiarized.
Wikipedia.
Please, this would be hysterical. Just have footnotes.
Yes.
Just have a little thing with like a one citation, and then you
situation
go
is
there and you get the
insane.
thing.
I find it really funny that she tries to make herself so smart, but she plagiarized Wikipedia for that whole thing.
I think I have wondered about like when it comes to officially publishing this for a game, if I go back on that and I actually try and do the entire thing just by myself, because I am a bit iffy on that. That seems a bit. I'm not sure. I am iffy on doing it that way, but I do think it is kind of funny. Just on, copy pasting some Wikipedia stuff for it. Maybe I could either go the route of I add a citation in the game, or I just try to rewrite the whole thing by myself.
It would be funny if she cites
In the game is
just like
hysterical.
during one of her things. She's like, "Where'd you even get this?" And she just like puts the citation for Wikipedia.
Wikipedia. Like I just know. I love the idea of like just know, and then there's like I love the idea of this. Please, actually do this for the fic. Actually, the whole idea of I just know something.
We actually go
and then
to
you just
Wikipedia
put
when
a
we click the
link in
link.
that area, and that links back to the Wikipedia page you blatantly plagiarized.
Well, I mean,
Well,
yeah,
that's what a citation is.
it's like the part where Skeptic asks where she learns that she doesn't address it, but then the citation like pops up on the screen silently.
You should be able to go into the link. You should be able to click it, and it leads and just opens a tab in your computer of Wikipedia.
I don't know. Some things just kind of came to me, and then the
She goes, I worked this out on my own, and then the citation comes. Citation, please, and then it's just the Wikipedia.
Oh god.
Tiny Junior is in my face right now, and I don't know what he's trying to tell me, but it's definitely not whatever.
You should be able to click on the link. I'm saying that if it goes into the actual game, you should be able to just right-click into it, and it immediately opens a tab aside that is Wikipedia. Just Wikipedia.
So what you're suggesting is that the game has a browser.
Well, yeah. How would it support hyperlinks? I mean, it could have like a QR code.
I didn't. Okay, I wasn't
But-
necessarily like it would be funny in the game if that were possible, but I don't know if that's possible because I'm
I
not a
think-
programmer.
Just having the citation pop
program
up
in
is way
links.
less intrusive.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, just
But
having like
I'm
a
talking for the
citation,
fic
just
itself.
has
The
a link
idea
in
of
the.
doing that for the fic because I think it's funny.
Well, frankly, it could just be, 3 in brackets. Even the very presence of that number in brackets would be cute.
I think it's funny. Just like do an actual citation style, but it's still just direct.
Well, I mean, go crazy.
Yeah, just go on to Purdue Owl and just do a straight up citation.
I just feel bad.
I'd have to.
whoever's gonna be
The
voicing
big
that
thing
in
that
the
that I would be thinking about is because while this one is definitely going very close to the fourth wall, I don't want it to completely break the fourth wall. I want it to kind of stay in the style of Slay the Princess, where about the closest thing they have to breaking the fourth wall is they have things like Ever the Passive Player, and then when your game crashes when you choose to wait forever, her little analogy, but they never directly say, by the way, you are a player sitting at a computer and this is a computer game. And so I kind of want to avoid going full whole hog on the fourth wall breaking.
You can just say ontology speech cited from Wikipedia in the credits.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Like in
That's
the
like the
Make it
barest
put
legal
a
obligation.
only if you get that chapter. If you don't get the chapter, you don't
Barest
get the
legal
citation.
obligation.
Yeah,
It does feel still.
Well, you know, Creative Commons becomes a thing when it's a commercial product, not a free one. So, you know, it's more about morals here than.
I mean, quoting a Wikipedia article in a game does not have the same... I don't even know what the word I'm looking for is.
Ethical concern?
Whatever. The point is, you can just quote Wikipedia verbatim as long as you cite it, and no one is going to care. As opposed to...
so long as I'm not
trying
to actually pass this off as, hey, this is what I figured out, kind of thing.
As opposed to an academic paper where they will, like, destroy you for citing more than, like, a few words at a time.
Well, I'm so glad now that everything I ever copied from elsewhere, like not even copied, paraphrased, I provided a reference. Hell yeah!
Just use Wikipedia. So there it is, Donnie exposed / Anima exposed. So the thing is, we've learned because I'm not actually presenting the academic paper, Anima is, then I'm off the hook, and all the heat should be heaped upon Anima for being exposed.
The only thing we should expose you for
Anima apology video.
Anima has to pull the ukulele.
First, we must define apology. Apology as opposed to apologetics.
The only thing we should expose you for is agreeing that the voices should have been killed. That's what we get you on. It's like you agreed that Anima was in the right for killing the voices.
No.
I'm just imagining the apology video for Anima, and she's just like totally downplaying it and just saying, "I would like to apologize for coming across as dishonest or something."
And then you see, like,
I'm sorry that you were offended.
I'm sorry that you were offended.
I'm saying Anima should pull the ukulele.
Yeah, she plagiarized the apology.
Yeah.
I would like to apologize for being right.
Yeah. I am sorry, my
There are
sources
some
were
people-
not well defined. As
There
I
are some
stated
people who are
before,
trying to
I
take
wasn't quite
advantage of
sure
this
where I had
moment.
gotten them. So any
Hello,
similarities to
gossip
priorly existing sources were entirely coincidental.
Misinformation, the toxic gossip train.
She gets someone else to do an apology video. She gets
The certain
Harpy, and
knights
she's
that
got
were in the
the cute
background of
angels
Usurper.
sitting on the lap, and then Harpy is playing the ukulele.
If you don't forgive me, the kid gets it.
Kicks down the door saying, "What the heck are you doing?"
Oh jeez.